Have you ever wondered which phone model people are buying the most when a new lineup is released? Samsung just launched its Galaxy S25 series, and it looks like one phone is really standing out above the others. In this video, we're going to talk about which Galaxy S25 model is getting the most attention and how it's doing in the market. Last week, Samsung revealed three new phones in their Galaxy S25 series: the Galaxy S25, the Galaxy S25 Plus, and the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Along with these, Samsung surprised everyone by announcing a new Galaxy S25 Edge, but this phone won't be available until later this year, so for now, we have just three models to choose from. So, which of these three is winning the hearts of Samsung fans? According to a report from South Korea's ET News, it's clear that the Galaxy S25 Ultra is the favorite. In fact, the Galaxy S25 Ultra has made up almost 70% of all the Galaxy S25 series sales in South Korea. This is a huge amount, showing that many people are choosing the Ultra version over the other models. But why are people going for the Galaxy S25 Ultra more than the others? Well, it might be because the S25 Ultra has a lot of amazing features that make it stand out. The Ultra version typically has the best camera, the biggest screen, and the most powerful performance compared to the regular S25 and S25 Plus. So if you want the best of the best, the Ultra is probably the one you would go for. Now let's talk about the colors that people are choosing for their new phones. According to SK Telecom, which is one of the biggest phone companies in South Korea, titanium black and titanium white silver are the two most popular colors for the Galaxy S25 Ultra. These colors seem to be getting a lot of love, and it's easy to see why. Both colors look sleek and modern, making the phone look even more premium. On the other hand, the Galaxy S25 and Galaxy S25 Plus aren't being left behind. Even though the Ultra is the most popular, people are still buying the regular S25 and S25 Plus models. The colors people are picking for these phones are Ice Blue and Silver Shadow. Ice Blue is a cool and calming color, while Silver Shadow looks shiny and elegant. These two colors are definitely catching the eye of many buyers. The thing to keep in mind is that the demand for the Galaxy S25 series in South Korea is similar to the demand for the previous year's Galaxy S24 series. The Galaxy S24 series had a strong showing in the market, with lots of people buying them. So, seeing the same level of interest for the Galaxy S25 shows that Samsung's phones continue to be popular among customers. What does this tell us? Well, it means that Samsung's Galaxy S25 lineup is doing really well in South Korea, and people are excited about the new features and improvements that come with the new models. While the Galaxy S25 Ultra might be taking the lead in sales, the Galaxy S25 and S25 Plus aren't too far behind. These phones are still great choices for anyone who doesn't want to spend as much money on the Ultra version, but still wants a solid phone. It's interesting to see how people are picking and choosing their phones based on colors and features. When was the last time you actually used the Galaxy S Pen's Bluetooth features? Be honest, many fans are upset that Samsung has removed them from the Galaxy S25 Ultra, but the real question is, were they ever essential? Let's break it down. The S Pen had Bluetooth-powered Air Actions, which let you use gestures as a remote control for the camera and a few other functions. But these were different from Air Commands, the pop-up menu that appears when you remove the S Pen. Air Commands are still here, giving users quick access to tools and apps. The only thing missing now is Air Actions, but how much do they really matter? The core experience of the S Pen remains untouched. You can still write, draw, and navigate as smoothly as ever. The pen still delivers precision, pressure sensitivity, and a responsiveness that users love. Samsung hasn't changed how the S Pen functions for what it was actually designed to do. The only difference? Those Bluetooth-powered gestures are gone. And here's why Samsung made this decision. It was barely being used. According to Samsung, less than 0.5% of users ever used the S Pen's Bluetooth features. To put that into perspective, if Samsung sold 15 million Galaxy S24 Ultra units last year, only around 75,000 people actually used Air Actions. An even smaller fraction used them on a regular basis. From a business perspective, it simply didn't make sense to keep this feature. Samsung operates on a massive scale, and every feature they maintain requires resources: software support, engineering, and hardware components. If a feature isn't widely used, cutting it allows for improvements elsewhere. But let's not forget, this isn't the first time fans have been upset over feature removals. The backlash was huge when Samsung removed the infrared blaster, the microSD card slot, and the 3.5mm headphone jack. Many people said they would never buy another Samsung phone, and yet sales continued to soar, proving that these changes didn't actually impact the majority of users. Numbers don't lie. Samsung introduced Bluetooth functionality for the S Pen with a vision, but over time, it became clear that most people weren't using it. Instead of holding on to an underused feature, Samsung chose to focus on real improvements. Removing the Bluetooth features helped make the Galaxy S25 Ultra thinner and lighter. They also likely reduced production costs, which may have prevented a rumored price increase. Under TM Rowe's leadership, Samsung has been focused on meaningful innovation, improving the user experience while maintaining business viability. During an interview in South Korea, he made it clear that the goal is to refine both hardware and software for the best possible experience. Keeping unnecessary features for nostalgia's sake doesn't fit that strategy. It's understandable that some people will still be frustrated, but let's be honest, this change isn't a deal breaker. The vast majority of users won't even notice the absence of Air actions. What they will notice is a sleeker, lighter device that offers a refined experience. Progress requires change. If Samsung kept every outdated or underused feature, its phones would be cluttered with unnecessary extras. The company has to evolve to stay ahead, and sometimes that means making tough choices. So was removing the S Pen's Bluetooth features the right decision? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the latest tech.
Is this Apple's best budget phone yet? The iPhone SE4, possibly named the iPhone 16e, has been making waves in the tech world with new leaked images. Not long ago, a video leak revealed the phone in all its glory, but now we have fresh photos showing it side by side with the iPhone 16. With so much excitement building around it, let's break down why this phone might be the perfect choice for many iPhone enthusiasts. The iPhone SE series has always been Apple's go-to for affordable devices, but this new version takes things up a notch. For the first time, the iPhone SE will feature a modern design. Say goodbye to the chunky bezels and the physical home button. Instead, the SE4 introduces an edge-to-edge display, making it look more like the iPhone 14. It even includes the signature notch for the front camera, giving it a sleek and contemporary look that feels like a true upgrade. But what about the camera? Unlike its higher-end siblings, the iPhone SE4 keeps things simple with a single rear camera. This decision likely helps keep the cost low. It doesn't mean Apple is skimping on quality. The larger lens fits perfectly with the phone's design, giving it a premium appearance while maintaining the simplicity that SE models were known for. The phone will also come equipped with 8 GB of RAM, ensuring smooth performance and compatibility with Apple's advanced features, including Apple Intelligence. Now let's talk about size and build. The leaked photos reveal that the iPhone SE4 is very similar in thickness to the iPhone 16, with just a slightly bulkier feel. However, this minor difference doesn't take away from its overall sleek appearance. The device will come in classic black and white color options, which match the iPhone 16 lineup. These timeless finishes add a touch of sophistication, making the SE4 look much more expensive than its expected price. Speaking of price, this is where the iPhone SE4 really shines. Rumors suggest it will be priced around $500 making it an excellent option for users who want the iOS experience without paying flagship prices. While it might lack certain features, such as a dual camera setup or the ability to record spatial videos, the SE4 is still packed with enough functionality to meet the needs of most users. One of the standout advantages of choosing an iPhone is Apple's long-term software support. The iPhone 16 promises updates for up to 7 years, and it's highly likely the iPhone SE4 will receive the same treatment. This means that even if you're opting for a budget-friendly device, you won't be left behind when it comes to the latest features and security updates. With such long-lasting support, the SE4 is a phone you can rely on for years to come. Now, how does the iPhone SE4 compare to other phones in its price range? Well, it's shaping up to be a strong competitor. The Galaxy S24 FE, for instance, offers decent value, but the SE4's integration with Apple's ecosystem gives it a distinct edge. Whether you're already an Apple user or considering making the switch, the SE4 offers a seamless experience without the hefty price tag. While some recent phone launches like the Galaxy S25 and even Apple's own iPhone 16 have felt underwhelming, the iPhone SE4 seems to have struck a balance between affordability and modern features.